Welcome to another edition of VG Facts 5 Trivia. In today's episode, we'll be covering the highly praised RPG series Suikoden. Those of you that are fans of Suikoden will know that we actually used the music from the first game in the series for the 5 Trivia introduction music. Anyway, let's jump straight into this list. The first Suikoden title featured a very iconic piece of artwork on its front cover in both Japan and PAL regions. This artwork also appears within the game as a painting that can be unlocked by obtaining different paints. The artwork features various characters that can be seen throughout Suikoden. Within the library area of the game, an interesting piece of data is loaded in the PlayStation's VRAM, the part of the console's RAM that generally loads textures and sprites. It's a poorly drawn version of this same artwork, featuring characters with cartoony faces. This version of the iconic artwork is never seen anywhere in the game and goes entirely unused. Why it's loaded into the VRAM when looking at books in the library is also unknown. Another unused graphic can be found within Suikoden 2, however this time the sprite is of a Magic the Gathering card. This is found within the data of the Nightmare enemy, an enemy which features various different card faces. It's likely that this was made as a joke among the game's staff, who were known to be fans of the Magic the Gathering card game. When certain characters are recruited in Suikoden games, they come with pre-upgraded weapons beyond their initial level 1 state. As such, the earlier names of these weapons are never shown on screen. However, looking within the game's data, it's possible to see these names. Several characters' weapons follow interesting naming schemes that were otherwise unseen, such as Clive's weapons all having a wind theme, level 1 being wind, level 2 being storm, and level 3 being tornado. We can also see that Warren's weapons all reference the Norse god Odin, though they are badly translated. These are supposed to read Sleipnir, the name of Odin's horse, and Gungnir, the name of Odin's spear. Some characters' unused weapon names were even used in later titles in the series, again entirely unseen. Throughout the first 3 installments of the Suikoden series, characters are given a scene in which they must use a fake name. In every single game, the option of Stolteheim Reinbach III is an option for a name that can be used. Victor uses it in Suikoden 1, the player can give the name to Flick in Suikoden 2, and Chris can use it in Suikoden 3. However, in Suikoden 4, Stolteheim Reinbach III appears as a narcissistic young man that can be recruited into the player's army. The events of Suikoden 4 take place around 150 years prior to the events in the previous 3 games, suggesting that Reinbach's name is notable throughout history for some reason, although for what reason specifically has never been stated. Heads up, here comes some spoilers. Click the annotation if you don't want the story for Suikoden 2 to be spoiled for you. Everybody ready? Okay, good. During the events of Suikoden 2, Tinto comes under attack from the vampiric character Necklord. At this point of the story, Nanami will constantly ask the player to run away and leave everything that's going on behind. If persistent, it's possible to follow through with this plan, resulting in a number of interesting twists to the game's usual story. Prior to leaving the inn, the player will be stopped by the 2 party members that they brought to the inn with them. If the player didn't bring any party members with them, they will simply walk out of the inn. There's data in the game's code for characters that would otherwise not be able to be seen here, such as Flick and Victor. Each character has a number of unique lines that can be delivered during this scene, including the otherwise silent Suikoden 1 protagonist. While running, the player is informed by Flick, Shu, and Apple that Ridley died during the search for them. They are then given the chance to go back to their duty as leader of their army. Doing so will replace Ridley with his son, Boris. However, choosing to continue to run will result in a special ending in which the player abandons their post as leader of the army and lives quietly in a small hut in the countryside. Thomas, the owner of the castle used as the base of operations in Suikoden 3, plays an interesting role throughout the entire lore of the Suikoden series. He's the only character that takes on the role of the Tenkai Star that is not the main protagonist of the game he appears in. Though his role is vital to the story of Suikoden 3, he only serves the single purpose of being the master of the castle. Another interesting remark regarding his position as the Tenkai Star is that he's also the only person in this position to never receive a true rune, or even have any position in leading the army. That's all for today, but why not subscribe to the DidYouKnowGaming channel, or follow VG Facts on Facebook and Twitter? Got an idea for a list? Leave it in the comments below. And hey, why not check out some of our other videos? Or if you're in the mood for something completely different, you could check out my video on Mall Tycoon 3.